Ladies and gents, welcome to the Q&A portion of your day. Welcome to Silverstone, first of all. Hope you're having a great day so far. Hope breakfast was good. Some of you still sort of sorting your way through drinks and breakfast as we are, because it is quite early still, about 10:30. So I hope you're having a good day. You're in for an amazing day here at Silverstone with the British Touring cars. All sorts going on. We've got minis, Genettas, and these chaps will be out in the touring car. So I hope you're having a great day already. These guys over here, the hospitality staff, all will look after you all day, making sure you're fed and watered. And yeah, I think I've said it's going to be a good day a few times. But this is your chance to hear from the drivers today. We're going to hear from them first, but then we'll come out to you for some questions. So get thinking as to what questions you can ask. Trust me, we just did one up there. Any questions go. Like we had crossing swords and all sorts. So yeah, it's there's some interesting. Yeah, we really we didn't actually have it. We had some chat about it. There'll be anything goes with these guys. So we'll come to you first, Tom, as you've got the mic in hand. I know we've just done this, so try and make it not as repetitive. We'll start. We'll start with how you're set for today, considering we're getting to the business end of the season, and you're sitting third in the championship, and sitting in fourth for race one.
It's a big day. It's a really, really big day for us. The season is getting now down to that nitty-gritty stage where you start to look for the last few points. And you start to overanalyze everything sometimes. But we're getting into the stage of the season now where you really have to look at what everyone else is doing. But I think one of the things you learn as you get through is to focus on yourself. Because you can get too carried away with, well, what points has he got? Where's he finished? What lap time did he? And you've got to forget about it, just focus on your own game. Today is important for that very reason, that I'm acutely aware that there's a little championship battle going on. I'm acutely aware that we're in a good place. But actually the bigger picture is get through this weekend in good points, with good, solid points, and then take them to Brands Hatch with a proper shot.
And pointsy, I think,
pointsy,
is very good. You are trying to make pointsy a word.
It seems to be working.
If people are using it. If you can keep using it, please, that'd be great. And we can keep using it on Bristol Street socials as well, that'd be fantastic. Pointsy. And everyone who doesn't know, I don't know where you've been, but you've been here before. Right, you've been in this situation before. I don't want to remind you.
Thanks for that. I've been here so many times and never won it. Look how good you are.
I know, Laura does remind you quite a bit.
Well, let me forget that.
But you've been here before. Does that help you at this stage?
Yeah.
The experience that you have?
Yes, because so much of this game is experience, and I think we all really do overlook it sometimes. Just the ability to stay level-headed when you need to, not get too flustered by situations. And I think ultimately it comes with experience. The longer you've been in it, the better. If you look at how boring Colin Turkington is in just that general demeanour that he seems to have, he's just able to be level-headed.
And he's driving the film.
And he's driving. Boring, isn't it? Jesus. Makes you want to go to sleep. But he has won it a couple of times, so it's obviously worked for him.
Seriously, we've got to invite him to our Q&A. We call it boring every week.
If we wanted some people to sleep, it'll be right on in.
We'll get Colin in. Pass the mic down now. You stop using Colin Turkington. Right. Jack, we'll come on to you. We just mentioned it down there in the Mini Challenge 10. A great qualifying day for you. Didn't start off as the greatest days. I did. But doing my job, you get to see these guys in all their emotions sort of come out, and I saw Jack sort of give a little slam at the door and just stroll past me and not even acknowledge me.
We've not seen that this year.
But the good news is we saw the smile on your face because you achieved your best qualifying to date in a touring car.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Obviously, if you guys have been here for the last year, this year has not been the best of year for me. So then when I had the issues again in FP1, it was kind of, it was a bit frustrating. So yeah, I did slam the door, but yeah, so we did get our best ever P18, and yeah, we're just going to work from there and go up. I'm actually excited to see where we end up.
And a lot of this is about momentum, right? And feeling in a good place. And you said that you felt in a good place. And by the way, Jack Sears, I didn't mention that off the back of Thruxton. A Jack Sears win for you at Thruxton. And building on that has got to be what you're trying to do.
Yeah. So it was exactly the same time last year we got the Jack Sears as well. So Thruxton I'm starting to like actually. But yeah, we got the Jack Sears and we're still in intentions for getting the Jack Sears this weekend. The other boys are just in front of me. yeah, and it's actually quite nice to get a trophy. I think we've all of us have got a trophy except for Tom now. So.
Oh wow! I'll tell you realise.
But once he gets to reverse grid pole, he'll get.
Don't try and suck up to him now. He's got to do his talking in a minute. Pass the mic down.
At least it's not gone to your head, Jack.
Jack's his trophy and he's calling out Tom Chilton. Dan, we'll come on to your quali day first of all. Another top 10 quali for you. P9 right in the mix. So yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was good. We struggled a little bit in the first 2 practices. We were all a bit concerned about a particular issue that we had, so all drivers and engineers had sat down and had a good brief, and we decided we were going to make quite a large setup change for qualifying, which is never ideal going into qualifying with a different car, but it paid off and it worked, and it gave us all a really strong car. So I was a little bit frustrated with 9 because I got held up with a lot of traffic in qualifying. There's 30 cars around a really small circuit, so people tripping up over each other. We definitely had the pace to be in the top 5, so we're in good stead today. Eyes forward, and got to be pushing ahead. And you know, it's been a really rocky season for me, and we've had a bit of a tough time recently after the crash. And it was looking like we weren't even going to be at the last 2 race meetings, so mega grateful that I'm just here, and I'm here in a decent position and ready to move forward as well, so looking forward to today.
Absolutely, we're all absolutely over the moon here, and if you haven't seen Dan's YouTube channel, get on it because he's pretty honest on there, isn't you?
Yeah.
You've got your family on there and everything, so...
Well, I'm from the North Island, so I just say it as it is. But it's, you know, I think it always works. But yeah, no, it's been a rocky season, and I really just want to finish on a high. We went really well here last year. I love Branch GP, so yeah, all good.
Okay. Tom, we'll come to you. We've just touched on quali a little bit there. A little bit of a up and down quali session for you, but then you pulled out a lap at the end that puts you right in the mix, P14, right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, hello and welcome everybody. You're in for an exciting day here at Silverstone. What a great place to come. Yeah, I've qualified 14th, which is definitely not where I should be. The traffic was absolutely horrendous. But I don't use traffic as all the excuse. On one of my 3 runs, I gave it the big gung-ho and went off sideways at turn 1, which was brilliant, but got that disallowed because they said, gung-ho, you know, woo! One of those. So yeah, they disallowed my time obviously, because I obviously rolled in at least 30 miles an hour too much. But the pace in the car is there. I would have been top 10 if it wasn't for that and the traffic. So it is a quick car. So I'm very excited. Currently Tom Ingram's best friend at the moment because I have Josh Cook and Colin Turkington just in front of me. So yeah, how much money's in your pocket, Tom?
Contactless.
You contactless? Well, I can do. So yeah, I'll be obviously trying to help out Tom as much as possible. But I am absolutely going for that reverse grid. You know, as Jack pointed out, I haven't had time to build my trophy cabinet to fit more than 103 trophies in it. But I've just had time. I've just built a bigger one, so I've now got some more space. Fine, I've been busy. I had a newborn baby, but I've now built a bigger trophy cabinet. So I'm going for the reverse grid to get a nice big one here at Silverstone in the last race. That is my plan.
You're making trophies, don't count them, Tom.
I haven't been on British Baking, I haven't done that.
Wow, you've been thinking about that comeback all the way through.
I do have 104 trophies.
104.
Just say once more.
104. Okay, now we've heard from all our drivers and they've dug each other out. We are a friendly team, as you can see. Is there any questions any of you guys have for them? It can be absolutely anything. Any questions at all?
So how many trophies does Tom have again? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, that was how many trophies does Tom have again?
104.
Jack's got how many, sorry?
And Jack, how many you got in your
I
cap?
actually don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, good answer.
Probably like 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
British touring car ones.
No, don't be silly.
Should we go down the line? How many trophies have you?
3-legged race, egg and spoon, any of them?
Yeah. Any sort of like sports day medals back in the day or anything like that?
A couple of them.
I was Tug of War champion.
There's
really first class.
I'm not He's so funny, isn't it? Who was war? What channel was that on?
when you
Oh my goodness me.
Mike in some Chilton town, this is what could happen. This is what happens. This is what crosses.
Hilarious.
Anyone else? Any questions at all for the drivers? Does that be racing related? Can be how many trophies you've got? Can be anything.
I've got one, sir.
Yeah, go for it.
How long did it take you to pass your test?
Driving test. Yeah. How long did it take you to pass your driving test?
First time with 4 minors. How many times did it take you to do the driving test? It was first time 4 minors. Because we're going to have to get. I hope we've all passed first time. We'll find out.
Is it all first time?
First time 4 minors.
Jack, is it first time?
Yeah, I passed mine first time. But I don't know what this minor is. We don't have that in Jersey. We haven't passed the fail, that's it.
Just drive around the block and then just pass.
Seems though this morning's a bit of a willy swinging contest. I'll keep it a bit rude. I passed when I was 16. I wasn't even technically 17 yet. So I was on the national news. That was the first quickest person to pass the test ever.
Wow. There we
Yeah.
go.
Beat that, Tom.
How many minors though?
He was a minor.
He is a show off, isn't he? It's not a competition, but I got 5 minors. I failed the proficiency, the exam. I failed that first time, but I passed it second time down in Eastbourne, funnily enough. So I wanted to get my licence as soon as possible. So I actually drove in the British touring cars. I finished 3rd at Brands GP first race. I still didn't have a driving licence. So the following week I was like, I have to go on the road. Where can I get an exam? Eastbourne apparently is full of old people. So there's no big queue for like 16, 17-year-olds to do their exams. So I drove all the way down there, passed it second time.
Yeah. Sorry if you're a young person from Eastbourne. Apologies. This is full of old people. We got a question? How long have you been racing for? How long have you been racing for? Do you want to...
Good stuff for you. I started when I was 5, and I'm now.
How long are you?
Nearly 30.
Well, see, I messed up here because I'm nearly. Well, I'm 27. I'm not. I'm 27. So a good few years. But I started when I was 5 in go-karts. So yeah, good while, I'd like to say. I've got more than 107 trophies.
I started when I was 14, really late. And then kind of progressed from there. So I haven't actually been doing it too long.
Started racing when I was 11 and passed my driving test on my 17th birthday, and then 30 now, so 19 years.
Now, because I was tug of war champion, I had a 44-inch waist when I was 12 years old, so I couldn't fit in a go-kart. I couldn't fit till it didn't make the seats, didn't make a big enough one for my bottom. So, I didn't start until I was in cars at 13, but I was the youngest person in the world to get a racing car licence at 13. So that's when I started.
Brilliant.
Wow, I'll tell you what, is anyone writing all this down? There's a lot. It's better be on your Wikipedia. 44 inch at 12.
Around.
Wait.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Yeah, so the war champion. We can now see why. Thank you. Thank you for the question. We're gonna... Yeah. Can you come on? How old are you?
27.
29.
Oh, is that true? I'm looking at you.
But what I'm going to do is stay 29 now for the next 5 years.
Rio, is
Like Anthony Reid, he's still 40.
Big Rio.
Those grey hairs are showing up.
It's the McDonald's M I've got going on.
Don't worry about it. Right, okay, thank you again, yeah. Thank you for clearing that up. I wanted to know what his age was. Right, is there anyone else at all? If not, I think we've got 4 busy racing drivers that need to go get ready for race 1. Actually, which is... Oh, we got one more, go on. Biggest challenge of racing at Silverstone?
Only 4 corners.
Obviously, how close everything is. The top 26 cars qualified within 8.5 tenths yesterday. So it's extremely close. This year's closer than ever without the weight in the car. But saying that, it's one of the wider circuits as well, so there's plenty of opportunity to overtake. But I'd say that how close the pace is the biggest challenge.
I think the biggest challenge with Silverstone is not hitting the rev limiter. Not that you hit the rev limiter anyway, but because it's got 3 long straights and only 3 corners, there's actually effectively more straights here than any other circuit. So the straight line speed is more important than the corners in a funny sort of way. And if you do something silly like tap your limiter for 1/10 of a second, a car will get past you because it's all about the straight. So that is probably the biggest thing with this circuit. It's just trying to use every last 100 RPM or 10 RPM without touching the limiter, which I think is the most. I never swear in the car, but if I ever accidentally touch a limiter, I will go fuck in the car.
Biggest challenge about racing Silverstone.
Being at the back of the grid. I have some absolute numbnuts at the back of the grid that just don't have any spatial awareness. So, it's like Tom said, it is a big track. So hopefully they do respect that it is a bigger track, not like North Hill. So.
Numbnuts, I know.
That's some great phrases. Numbnuts, gung ho.
Tug of war.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just the fact that it's a short lap that's actually, it's probably the circuit that's overlooked most at being the hardest, because everyone just looks at it, there's only 4 corners, it's not that difficult. But actually trying to link everything together so you can make sure you've got every single apex, every single exit, every gear change perfect. It's probably the circuit that you can't afford to make a mistake at any point over the weekend because you're just losing free time. So yeah, it is probably the hardest circuit we race at in that sense.
There we go, most challenging circuit. Right, okay, on that note, I think we've got to let these guys go get ready for race 1 and do their bit. Thank you all for your questions, thank you for listening. I went it as I usually do. These guys put it on the line every single race weekend for us all, and they won't mind me saying on their behalf, it couldn't be done without all the friends, family, sponsors and everyone in this room and everyone that's not here watching at home. So first of all, a massive round of applause for our drivers. Thank you very much for being here and have an amazing day and we'll see you all very soon.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Good luck. That was great. I quite enjoyed that. Very interesting.